wake up motivated. You promise yourself this time will be different. You'll wake up early, study harder, go to the gym. You stop wasting time, stop relapsing, stop quitting. And for maybe 2 days, you actually do it. Then suddenly your energy disappears. You skip one day, then another. And before you realize it, you're back to your old habits again. Most people think they have a discipline problem, but the truth is, discipline is not about motivation. It's not about being mentally stronger than everyone else. Your discipline fails because your systems are broken. The people who stay consistent are not superhuman. They simply built systems that make success automatic. Today, we're breaking down the 5 systems that will fix your discipline forever. Because once these systems are in place, discipline becomes easier than procrastination. System 1, remove friction. Most people think success is about forcing themselves to work harder, but the brain naturally chooses what is easy. That's why you keep checking your phone. That's why junk food is hard to resist. That's why procrastination feels automatic. Your environment is shaping your behavior more than your willpower. If your phone is beside your bed, you'll scroll. If your desk is messy, you'll avoid working. If distractions are always available, discipline becomes exhausting. So stop relying on self-control. Reduce friction instead. Make bad habits harder. Make good habits easier. Want to read more? Put the book on your pillow. Want to stop doom scrolling? Delete social media from your home screen. Want to work out consistently? Prepare your clothes the night before. The easier an action becomes, the more likely you are to repeat it. Discipline becomes easier when your environment stops fighting against you. System 2, the 2-minute rule. One reason people fail is because they try to change their entire life overnight. They go from doing nothing to creating impossible routines. Wake up at 5 a.m., work out for 2 hours, meditate, journal, read 50 pages, work nonstop, and after a few days they burn out because the brain hates sudden extreme change. The solution is simple. Start ridiculously small. If the goal is working out, start with 2 minutes. If the goal is studying, open the book for 2 minutes. If the goal is writing, write 1 sentence. It sounds too easy. That's the point. Because starting is the hardest part. Once you begin, momentum takes over. And small actions repeated daily become identity. A person who studies for 2 minutes every day is building consistency. A person who waits for motivation builds nothing. Success is rarely built through massive effort. It's built through repetition. System 3, identity over outcomes. Most people focus on goals. I want to lose weight. I want to make money. I want to become successful. But goals alone don't change behavior, because every action you take comes from identity. If you see yourself as lazy, you'll act lazy. If you see yourself as undisciplined, you'll quit quickly. If you see yourself as weak, your habits will reflect it. Real change happens when you stop asking, "What do I want?" and start asking, "Who do I want to become?" A disciplined person doesn't negotiate with every task. A healthy person doesn't debate every workout. A focused person protects their attention. Your habits are votes for the person you become. Every time you wake up on time, that's a vote. Every time you study instead of scrolling, that's a vote. Every time you keep a promise to yourself, that's a vote. And eventually, identity becomes automatic. System 4, track your life. What gets measured improves. Most people drift through life without awareness. They say they're trying hard, but they don't track anything. No schedule, no progress tracking, no reflection. And without awareness, improvement becomes random. You don't need some complicated productivity setup. Just track a few important things. How many hours you waste, how often you exercise, how much time you spend on your phone, how consistent you are with your habits. Because once you see the truth, you can finally change it. Sometimes people think they lack discipline, when in reality they just lack awareness. Tracking creates accountability, and accountability creates change. System 5, recovery is part of discipline. This is where most people destroy themselves. They think discipline means work harder, sleep less, push nonstop, never rest. But eventually they crash, because humans are not machines. Even elite athletes recover. Even warriors rested before battle. Burnout is not discipline, it's imbalance. If your brain is exhausted, your focus disappears. If your body is tired, motivation collapses. Real discipline includes recovery. Sleep properly, take breaks, go outside, exercise, protect your mental energy. Because consistency beats intensity. Working hard for 3 days means nothing if you quit for 3 weeks afterward. The goal is sustainability, not temporary motivation, not self-destruction. A system you can follow for years will always beat a perfect routine you abandon after a week. So if your discipline keeps failing, stop attacking yourself. You are not weak because you struggle. You are struggling because you were never taught systems, and systems change everything. Remove friction, start small, build identity, track your life, recover properly. That's how discipline becomes permanent. Not through motivation, not through hype, not through waiting to feel ready, but through systems that keep working, even on the days you don't want to. Because the people who change their lives are not the people who feel motivated every day. They are the people who build systems that make success inevitable.